And hello everyone, welcome to this edition of Nowhere Videos Meat and Potatoes.
The program that shows you easy recipes
for great food.
I'm Todd Hilton.
I'm Mark Johnson.
I'm Mike Gibson. And why are we holding up our paper every time we say something?
I don't know.
That way we look important.
That way it looks like we know what we're talking about.
And that's the bottom line.
Yes. This is our Season 2 finale for Meat and Potatoes. And a very successful season, a very fun season. And we've come to the close of the season. It's taken us about a year to complete the season, kind of off and on between projects. Yes. And
rescheduling.
Rescheduling, yeah, that's always been an issue because we do have full-time jobs that take up the majority of our time, so it's difficult to work around these. But it's been a lot of fun. We've had some great recipes come out of this season, coming off of our first season, which we're gonna.
You did say successful season.
Yes, successful season.
Speaking of successful seasons.
Yes.
We happen to have a successful season in season 1.
Yes.
I believe that's yours. And
this
is mine.
Todd Hilton, that would be me.
And I'm Mark Johnson.
We are the recipients of an award at KLTV, which is one of these stations we play at in Longview, Kelso area here in Washington, which we're actually shooting from this evening. And we are the recipients of, I believe, this is Show of the Year, Program of the Year. And which we didn't even know that we were nominated. We didn't know anything about it.
Let alone won it.
Until it was all over, and it's like, I was like, yeah, I think you guys won an award for it. And it's like,
oh, great, hey, that's
we did. What? Why wasn't I notified?
Yes.
So this is a real honor. This is the first time that I've ever received an award for a program that I've done, and it's kind of this that inspired us to continue on with the second season.
Well, basically, Longview said, we want a second season or we're going to kick your sorry butt.
We want more.
We want more.
I think we were toying with the idea of...
Maybe we have some more?
We were toying with the idea of doing a second season, but it's like, we'll do a first season. We'll see how it goes. See how
KLTV basically held the gun to our head and said, we'll do a second season because they want more.
You got to give us more. It's been great. I mean, we've had not only an additional 13 episodes, counting this one here, but more guest cooks.
Yes.
In the first season, we had 2 guest cooks. In season 2, we've had 3 guest cooks. And one of our guest cooks from season 1 actually came back to join us for season 2. Mr. Mike Gibson.
Howdy.
Invited him to be part of the show.
Enjoyed it. It's been fun.
We've attracted a large audience who really enjoyed the show, and we've played on.
I'd say more so even in Longview than we have in St.
Yes,
Helens.
we've gotten.
But I have people come up to me in St. Helens too that absolutely love it. So.
Yeah.
I had my neighbors.
Yeah.
We had some neighbors who lived across the street, and I came out. Oh, I seen you on TV. I didn't know you were a star. Me either.
That's news to me. But anyway, we have our list of episodes that we've brought to you Listo episodes for season 2, and these actually were not shot in the order that you've seen them. They were kind of all across the board, I guess you'd say. We're going to go through each of our episodes from season 2 and kind of give you a review, a season 2 rewind, and tell you what we made. We'll show you the recipe cards for each of the recipes, and kind of reflect on how good or how bad it was, maybe some of the things you didn't necessarily see in the episode, but we learned after the fact.
Say, no, that's not going to work.
Yeah, in fact, a prime example on our first one here. Our first one, the season premiere for season 2, Meatballs and Clouds. That's a recipe that I prepared, and this is one that I actually adapted from a recipe that I got on the internet. So with that, we're going to go to our recipe card for episode number 1 of season 2, Meatballs and Clouds. All right, so that was our recipe for meatballs and clouds, and which brings us to the second episode of season 2, prepared by Mr. Mark Johnson,
Thank you.
co-producer.
Thank you. Yeah, that would be the pepperoni macaroni, and I think I got this out of a Taste of Home magazine.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was a magazine
I think I did
deal.
kind of what you did. I kind of changed a thing or two around just to make it.
It seems to me that one may have had 1 or 2 extra ingredients that you didn't add.
Yeah.
I remember it being. I mean, it was really good. I liked that one.
It was, and it was. It was like a lasagna. It was similar to a lasagna.
It was like a lasagna casserole. I
Yeah.
want to say.
Yeah,
So I guess with that.
Let's take a look at the recipe card, and we'll be right back.
All right. All right, and so that was our recipe for pepperoni macaroni. Try to say that 10 times fast.
All right. No thanks.
Oh, thanks. Which brings us to episode 3, which brings Mr. Mike Gibson into the scene here. And Mike's episodes were all shot out of sequence in the order that they were shown, which brings us to seafood fettuccine.
That was a fun one. Wasn't that the one with? Was that the one with Scotty?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Mr. John Hopkins.
Yep. John Hopkins, which is from Glasgow, Scotland. He was.
Oh, it's fun. I loved listening to him talk. I mean, that was just that kept me going. It's that's great.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Great boat builder.
And we learned something that episode. Like I said, that was seafood fettuccine.
Mm-hmm.
We learned that that was originally a Scottish dish.
A Scottish dish. It was originally diversified in Scotland. It was a Scottish dish. Yes, it was.
Yeah, and
Because
it's like,
all the
really?
way around the bays and everything, it's just the seafood.
Yeah, you'd think, I mean,
Most
to
people
ask
think it's
anyone, they
an
think it was Italian
It's
because
not.
it's, well,
Fettuccine. Yeah.
because it's fettuccine. However, the Scottish version is served over shortbread.
Right. It's an easy meal, and again, you could go out and buy $20 a pound tiger
Right.
prawns, or you can just buy the cooked bay shrimp and the imitation crab, because that's our point, is to make it an easy meal for
Right. That's affordable.
That's affordable.
But seafood fettuccine, good stuff. So with that, we'll go to the recipe card, and we'll be right back. All right, that was our recipe for seafood fettuccine, courtesy of Mr. Mike Gibson.
Hope you enjoy it.
Oh, and Mr. John Hopkins. Brings us to episode 4, which was actually one of the first episodes. I think might have been like the second one we shot. Again, I'll have to look back at the dates of the tapes.
It was either the first or the second.
It was right in there.
Yeah,
it was one of the
right
first. That was actually shot 4th of July, 2004. We were visiting a good friend of ours, Mr. Kevin Thornton.
You don't have Mr. Thornton with
you,
you,
do you?
know.
Oh, no, I would... Who?
Ooh.
We give Kev a lot of crap. He's a Nowhere Video veteran. He's been part of Nowhere Video Productions for a great number of years, dating back to '93. And
Mr. Wesh Slob himself.
yes, well, actually, we won't go into that. But Kevin had also been a chef, a cook, for a long time. He actually went to school for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say he
Was it Western Culinary Institute or?
No, he actually went. He actually right out of high school went into Job Corps,
Okay.
and he ended up down at Treasure Island down in San Francisco,
Really?
and that's where he got a
Didn't
lot
know
of his
that.
cooking experience. Yes, sir.
That's a fast-paced place.
Yeah. That's I think that's where he learned. I mean, he loves to cook.
Oh man.
And he is a fantastic cook.
He is.
But he's as you probably saw in the episode, and he tells you there that he loves to cook, but he prefers to do it for his friends and family. Yeah. He said he learned very quickly that it wasn't something he wanted to do for a living. It's
yeah.
It's
I could tell
as
you
you
some
said,
horror
very
stories.
very fast paced. I mean, it's
I could tell you horror stories about him.
I love to cook
Cooking
too, but could I do it under pressure? No way. I couldn't do it.
Did that for a lot of years.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But,
tater tot
casserole. This is actually, I guess this is a family favorite that Kevin had made for a long time, and he shared it with us. It's actually something my wife Holly had made before. A little bit different variation on hers, but same idea. Tater tots, ground beef, cream and mushroom soup, and some seasoning, stuff like that. I mean, just real easy. I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, anybody can make that. That's a good bachelor meal, I think.
Yeah.
You're batching it, or single parent type thing. But it's a great meal, and it tastes good. I mean, it's so easy. I mean, that was one that I had a hard time editing because
it was so easy.
He made it so fast. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna have to add stuff to this just to make a half-hour show.
Yeah. There's so many variations.
You make that again?
Yeah. Yeah, can you make it twice so we have enough for a show?
Yeah.
So tater tot casserole. This is another thing I've got to say. Kevin is not shy by any means, but Mark, you were there. Kevin was
you were there.
Yeah, Kevin was kind of shy on that episode. Usually, when Kevin is doing something in a nowhere video production, it's usually for comedy, or road trips or something. This is the first time that he did something serious in one of our shows, and I think he didn't quite know how to act.
Yeah, I think you probably.
And if you've seen the episode, you can tell he's kind of grasping for words, and I think at one point I even stopped running camera, and it's like we need you to talk more. There's got to be something you can talk about while you're doing this. So, Mr. Kevin Thornton and tater tot casserole. Here's a recipe card. Check it out. Your burger. This is a question that we ask in our 5th episode of season 2. This one is another one I'm rather proud of. This one was adapted from a recipe I got in Quick Cooking, one of my favorite magazines. There, a lot of great recipes in there. But once again, found the recipe for I'm trying to think I think it was just pizza burgers,
right.
And. This is one of the weird probably one of the stranger things about my personal taste. I don't like red sauce on pizza. I don't really care for pepperoni. It's just, I don't know, it gives me heartburn, and I don't care for the flavor. Yeah. So what I did is I adapted it to the kind of pizza that I do like, which has the garlic sauce, the white sauce. I actually learned how to make the sauce. And I put it into these burgers. I changed it quite a bit from the original recipe, but it had the white garlic sauce with the was it minced garlic or whatever, the stuff you get in that huge jar. Yeah. It's with the liquid and everything in it, and I got like Hidden Valley Ranch ranch dressing. But it's not the already made. It was the powdered, to where you mix your own. And I was putting it on top of the actual burger and throw some. I think it was mozzarella or Swiss. I can't.
White cheddar?
No, it wasn't Swiss.
It wasn't Swiss.
No, it was mozzarella.
Okay, sliced mozzarella. Yeah. And
which would be a good cheese for that, because being a thick cheese.
Yes.
Right.
And yes, I added crumpled bacon into it too. Oh, those were good.
Yeah.
As soon as you bit into it, it just fell all apart.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Carl's Jr. You take a bite and half of it's in your lap.
Isn't that the motivation behind having a hamburger?
Yeah.
If you don't wear it, it's no good.
Right. Yeah. And I think we did some of that too. It's
sure.
like clean up aisle 10. Yeah. So with that, check out the recipe: garlic pizza burgers. All right, and that brings us to number 6. Which usually this would be something that I would have made in the first season.
Yeah.
But we turned it over to Mark.
Yeah, we turned over that whole chicken casserole thing to me for the second season. Kind of been done to death by Todd, so chicken had been done to death by Todd. So I took over the whole chicken casserole thing for season 2, and it's a chicken verde casserole. And if you know Spanish, you know verde means green.
This was
actually, I got this, I think, off of a Campbell's soup.
Yeah.
Can.
Yeah, it came off. Yeah, it came
off. In fact,
off.
it's a chicken verde soup.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a creamy soup with.
I can't even remember what all's in it, but it's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, you could eat it by itself as soup.
Oh yeah.
But making it as a casserole, and in fact,
you take tortilla strips. I think you take tortillas and you cut them into strips and.
There was a couple of variations because it seems like I had made it before you, and I used egg noodles instead of tortillas because I didn't have tortillas.
Right.
So again, there's.
But how do you get off on Campbell soup? That's what I want to know.
Campbell soup.
Cut it off the Campbell soup.
Yeah, the recipe was on the label.
The Campbell soup cap.
So and again, I think there might have been 1 or 2 ingredients we left off of there. It was like
that's the fun of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
again, personal taste.
Yeah.
Doesn't like olives. A lot of people cook with olives.
Yeah.
I like olives, so there's a lot of my stuff. A lot of them.
You
my wife
you put it in.
Yeah.
Chicken verde casserole. That was a good one.
I
really enjoyed that one.
And I have yet to try using egg noodles instead of tortilla strips.
Because I think I had suggested it. We're kind of it's like, man, okay, Mark, it's your turn. It's like I don't know what to make. And it's like,
you used chips.
No, it was
flour tortillas that you cut into strips,
Uh-huh.
and then you mix in with the rest of the mixture.
Okay.
Put it all in the pan and bake it. And it's just oh, man.
Simple meal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I had made it previously with egg noodles because I didn't have any tortillas.
Yeah.
And I think I told you about. It's like, well, there was this recipe I just tried there, and it was really good. And I think you did it actually the way it was written with the tortillas.
Tortilla strips.
But oh man, it was good. Yeah. Of course, just about anything with chicken.
Chicken
I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, chicken, cheese. Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
So with that, I guess.
Check out the recipe card: chicken verde casserole.
Okay, moving on to our next episode was Mr. Mike Gibson, stuffed pork chops. Number 7.
That was another fun one. Another way to make just plain the other white meat.
The other white meat.
If
I remember right, you got just like a big old slab of pork or whatever, pork cuts.
Pork cuts,
right from the butcher, and then they showed us a few different ways you can cut them.
Of course, when you buy them like that, I bought a big bulk thing, and they're usually really thick. A lot of people will use a thin one. They'll put the stuffing on top of it, but the whole concept behind it is you trim the fat off, and your incision where you. Now there's some people will. I use stovetop on that one, I believe. I don't. No, I used I think I used bag stuff. I think it was sautéed onions and did I saute the onions?
I think you did.
Yeah,
I think you did.
You can go. There's so many different ways you can go again. You know, I think I did. I think I had the breadcrumbs, and I cut up onions and stuff like that, and mixed it all up with a chicken base. But some people will use a stovetop stuffing, But the incision of getting in there. Well, you've gotten everything there, and you can serve a vegetable with it, and you have a little gravy for the top. You got a full meal because, you don't realize, that bread's in there and it's absorbing all that good juices and everything. Oh, yeah. And like cooking with turkey and your stuffing, pork, you really want to make sure that it's done all the way. So when you've got that stuffing in there, make sure that it's completely at the proper temperature.
And when you got thick cuts like that.
Especially thick cuts.
That was actually that one was unique. That was your only solo episode.
Yeah.
Where you appeared by yourself.
Yep.
And I think that one was I want to say a little awkward for you.
It was because I
didn't have anybody to
And I think that was my most quietest one.
Yeah.
Because I started not to talk a lot there when I was doing things.
Yeah.
And
I would say you're most serious of the ones you've done. I mean, it still turned out great.
Oh yeah,
But sometimes it's difficult, when you're. A lot of times when Mark and I do shoots, we almost have to, even though I'm running camera or he's running camera, we still may talk to each other, kind of throw in a little comedy relief, making silly comments or whatever, and just to kind of keep ourselves going. So stuffed pork chops.
The applesauce goes good with it too.
Yeah,
Yes,
pork chops
and applesauce.
Yep.
Kind of a
Kind of a
Brady
family.
Bunch. Yeah, that goes way back. So
pinch of cinnamon on top, and you're good to go.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon.
Yeah.
Cinnamon. Wouldn't have put it in my taco soup, but.
Yeah, I don't know if you wanted the cinnamon in your taco soup. So with that, here's the recipe card for stuffed pork chop. All right, that brings us to the next episode, which our next guest cook, my wife Holly, and she prepared a what we ended up calling chef's pasta salad. Originally was just a kind of a creamy pasta salad, which she had made I don't know how many times, and it's like, you got to make this for an episode. I think originally she was going to do another soup of some type, but kind of talked her in. It's like, we need a salad. We need a salad of some type. And she made that, and I talked her into doing that for an episode. And because of what went into it, it was a lot like a chef salad, except it wasn't over. It wasn't with the lettuce and all the greens and everything. It was mixed in with pasta, with egg noodles.
So you didn't have your three different types of lettuce. You had it over pasta.
Right.
I think you brought some of that to work.
It had a lot. Yes, I did. Yeah. I did. You've had that. Mike, you were there.
I was there after I got out of home.
Yeah, but that one. Oh, it's so good. I can't even remember, half the ingredients that were in it. But you got your cheese, you've got your it was like cubed ham. I think we threw in some hard-boiled egg, which is kind of where we get the the chef's part of it. It had a lot of similar ingredients to a chef salad. But yeah, that was a good one. I definitely say that is one you've got to serve chilled.
Right.
It's not one. I mean, it'll taste okay
most
with
of your pasta salads. You want to serve.
You want to serve chilled.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that one was good. I know Mike's had a few lunches off of that one, and I've taken it many times, and good stuff. So that was Holly's showing for season 2, And great recipe. Definitely one to take to your next picnic.
There you go.
Or family get together. You got a potluck to go to or something. Good stuff. Let it chill overnight, or even for maybe a couple hours or something.
Just keep it covered so it don't dry out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Because pasta will absorb in a minute.
Yes. And that's another one of those. It's fine. The next day, but the day you make it is probably best. It keeps its moisture, and you don't get it dried out.
Right.
Pasta, it gets kind of rubbery when it dries out, and it's not quite as good.
Right.
But yeah, good stuff. Definitely one to make.
I'll have to get that recipe from you.
Yes, good stuff. So with that, check out the recipe for Chef's Pasta Salad. Brings us to the second edition of something we started in season 1, kind of our ode to dessert, our the most important meal of any
meal of the day.
Yes, the important meal of the day, or the end of any one of our great dinner type dishes.
Oh yeah.
So we impose upon you
And
just desserts.
Two. The
Yes,
sequel.
the sequel.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. This featured a real easy dessert recipe from both myself
And myself.
And a varg.
and Varg. Yes.
And coincidentally, both were pies this year.
Yes, that was something we didn't really plan it that way, but it's kind of like I think you were having a hard time finding a good dessert to make. Well, and then you being diabetic also.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to find something that maybe along those lines that would be okay for a diabetic to have.
And what I finally ended up with was not
It was
not
not
what you
it.
call diabetic friendly.
Yeah.
Chocolate pecan.
Chocolate pecan pie. Yeah,
Yes.
It was mine. Yeah.
But I tell you what.
I'll tell you what. Yeah.
Yeah, both Mark and I went overboard on the sweet stuff for this
Oh,
this
yeah.
just dessert. We ended up both making pies, but actually totally different pies, really.
Yeah.
Mine was a peanut butter pie.
Oh yeah.
That's
I'd
kind
kill
of
for a piece of that right now.
yeah. That's
Hell, I'd kill you for a piece of pie right now.
I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you a bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you a bit. Chocolate pecan pie, which I don't think a lot of people have heard of. I'd never heard of it.
I hadn't until a few years ago when my sister actually made it for Thanksgiving or Christmas.
And I believe that's one of her specialties. I've
is.
had Thanksgiving
Man.
at your sister's one year, and I think she probably made that.
Yeah.
I do
It's
recall
just-
it, some
oh
kind of a
my
pecan
Lord.
pie, and I like pecan pie.
And
period.
it's funny
But
because when I made that, you mix your you melt your chocolate chips and some butter, and then you stir it into the rest of your mixture, and then you bake it. Well, as it bakes, it's actually funny. The chocolate will actually separate from the rest of the filling.
yeah.
And make a thin layer.
you actually end up
on
with a
the
layer. I
top.
remember that. I remember
It's
that
like-
when you made it. It's
I
like
was really
yeah,
flabbergasted.
it's like, yeah,
I'd never-
it's like you made it that way, like it was layered.
yeah, but
Like huh.
yeah, it was
Again, kind of the oil on water thing. Where
Did
it
you
Yeah.
use just regular
separated.
pecans, or did you use a caramel pecan? Or
No, I just used regular pecans.
regular pecans.
Just chopped them up.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, another fantastic
Another
just dessert special.
Oh, definitely.
So now, check out the recipes for peanut butter pie.
And chocolate pecan pie.
All right, brings us to the next episode, Chicken Cordon Bleu.
That was a good one.
Yes.
I think Angel helped me on that one too.
Yes, Angel helped out on that one, and she changed quite a bit. I mean,
Yes.
she really opened up in this episode.
Right. If you look at the two different ones where she helped me with the
Turkey pot pie.
turkey pot pie, and then to this one. In fact, the whole shoot was a total different.
Oh yeah,
it was just-
we
that-
we all had a blast doing that. Even
yeah.
me, behind the camera, and there was
We just had a great time.
we
there.
got a lot of bloopers out.
Yeah.
Some intentional, and others,
Some
just
we didn't
whoops,
know. Oops.
So yeah, there was that was fun all the way around.
And there's so many, like again on that, if watching the program on that one, there's so many ways to do it. And,
and just in that one, you made 3 different
I
variations.
did a baked, I did a fried, and I did a deep fried.
Deep fried.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which I didn't know.
Deep fried chicken cordon bleu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just an egg mixture, you roll it in crumbs.
And again, I don't think it doesn't stay in that very long.
Oh, no.
the deep fry.
No.
I mean, basically, it's like enough to.
Just to season.
Yeah, and
then
then
you-
it melts the cheese, and
Mm-hmm.
pulled out,
So
good to
there's-
go.
Yep.
And that's only. I mean, I think you'd mentioned that there's probably 3 other ways you.
Oh
can
yeah,
make it,
there's
too. I mean,
so
just
many different ways you can
it's
do that.
very versatile.
The restaurant I used to work at years ago, the Cordon Bleus, they'd stack it instead of rolling your ham and Swiss and doing all that.
Oh, yeah.
They'd stack it. They'd layer it. It looked almost like a chicken cordon lasagna. But we really enjoyed ourselves that night.
That was fun.
That was a fun. In fact, that was probably one of the. I think we just kept on shooting.
Yeah, you could have kept going, and
Oh yeah, we had a whole other season just off that one
all
shoot.
good. Yeah,
That was fun. And Angel just had a ball.
chicken cordon bleu. Here's a recipe for actually the kind of 3 variations of it. Choose your favorite and make it happen.
Just make it happen. I'm sure you'll like it.
All right, and our third and final contestant on guest appearances for Meat and Potatoes Season 2 goes to Mr. Walter Kang, co-worker of myself and Mike's. And he's kind of another one of those folks where I didn't even realize that he's another one of those people. He heard about the show, and it's like,
Yeah, I want to do that.
yeah, it's like I can do that. He's like, I make stuff all the time in there, and he talked about I could make my lamb roast or something. And we started talking about it, and it's like, huh, he knows about cars and food. And it's like, okay, sure, let's do it. So I invaded his personal space in his kitchen, and and we did an episode there.
And then he got a restraining order.
Yeah, he got a restraining order, and haven't seen him since.
And the rest, as they say,
the rest is history. But Wally shared his recipe for lamb roast and stew. This was actually kind of beyond the normality of meat and potatoes. What's in the recipe is real simple, but very time consuming. Wally actually made a lamb roast and stew kind of simultaneously. They both have real similar ingredients. And that's something we haven't featured on the show. It was lamb, different kind of meat, and we hadn't had a roast before. We'd had soups and stuff, but not really a stew. So tried it out. I mean, Wally knows his way around a kitchen, so I was really impressed that way. And he was, I got to say, he was natural in front of the camera. Had no qualms about it at all. And but again, this was a very drawn-out process. I mean, it probably took him, I'm going to say, around 2 hours.
Wow.
To make the whole meal. So with that, check out the recipe card for lamb roast and stew. All right, and that brings us to our actual finale, I guess you'd say, for season 2.
Finale.
Our cooking finale, because tonight we're not cooking.
Right.
Which brings us to dun 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 Breakfast Blitz 2. This is our
The sequel.
Our continued salute to breakfast, which still remains my favorite meal today.
Amen, brother.
Well,
I eat
next
breakfast anytime.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's just one of those meals that I don't care how late it is.
Yeah.
I don't care how early it is.
3 o'clock in the morning,
breakfast,
I'm down at Mooch's Garage. He's getting a breakfast burrito.
Yeah, because it's eggs, toast, bacon.
Oh, it's got all that stuff in it,
It's
yeah.
all the works. Yeah.
It's all good.
So in this breakfast blitz, again, Mark and I teamed up, and for the first time in an actual cooking segment, Mark and I appeared at the same time.
Yeah.
At least for the introduction.
Right.
Then we took our separate kitchens, which was funny because they looked the same.
Yeah.
And Mark prepared an omelet.
Yeah, I had acquired a omelet pan that I'd never had an opportunity to use, so I decided to use it for the first time on the show. And your basic ham and cheese, omelet, but it turned out really good.
We actually Mark made the omelet. I made my half of the breakfast blitz, orange pancakes with orange syrup, and for dessert, we had your sister's
chocolate
pecan pie. We actually shot those all in the same sitting.
Well, when you orange pancakes, did you use the orange mist or?
I was going to, and I forgot. I was going to use the zest in the pancake batter, and I forgot to do it. Didn't realize till after I already made them, and it's like, was there something else I was supposed to put in this?
Oh yeah,
It's like,
take an
man.
orange and put some orange zest in there.
But I used fresh oranges, squeezed the juice, or had a juicer, slice the orange in half, juiced the oranges right into the batter.
Sweet.
It
And
turned out really good.
turned out really good. The syrup, I loved the syrup. This was another one of those things I never tried it. I never didn't.
Made your own?
Yeah, orange syrup is basically like Caro syrup, sugar, which is like sugar.
Lots
and sugar.
of it.
Lots of it. And half a can of orange juice concentrate. So right now, check out the recipes for our omelet and orange pancakes with orange syrup. All right, that brings us down to where we are now. I guess we've saved the best for last. The not so good moments of season 2. The stuff that ended up on the cutting room floor, and some of it for good reason.
Yeah.
Some of it was so bad it didn't even make it to the blooper reel.
Right.
Yeah. We won't go there,
We
but
won't go there.
most of it was all in good fun, honest mistakes and, tongue twisters, stuff like that, where it's just like, whoops. So now we present to you our...
Without any further ado,
here is our Meat and Potatoes Season 2 blooper reel. Enjoy.
I do not believe I said that.
Green beans are always good with Italian food, like spaghetti and macaroni, and corn would be good. You have to laugh every time I say corn.
One of the most important things when preparing a dish like this is you have plenty of basic menthol light 100s and plenty of Mountain Dew. Because you're going to need it.
You can use buttermilk. You can use potatoes. I think you can even use corn. Corn.
We're going to add some of our onion. And again, you know, you spill it onto the floor. Let's get a little bit more in there since we're spilling it everywhere.
Okay. Because in half of the recipe, you're going to use the egg whites, and in half you're going to use the yolks, which I'm spilling all over the place.
Good vegetables, you know. You could try not to say corn.
Not only does it not taste that great to me, it gives me massive heartburn, so we're just going to avoid that altogether. Why do people have to call when we're cooking?
What the hell did I get myself into?
This is actually going to be what we could call our cameraman tripping over cords. We just learned how to walk today, but that's...
Oh, Kells. Yeah, some of that fat.
Here, kiddos. There you go. One for you. Yeah. One for me.
How are we looking?
Good.
Okay.
It's just a beef bouillon, but it's called beef consommé. You notice I don't use a lot of salt. It's chicken consommé.
Put left foot in and shake it on. Yes, it's the hokey pokey on meat and potatoes. Anyway.
We're going to find my recipe. Mark, where the hell's my recipe?
Oh, here, use this one.
But of course, working with pork, we're going to walk over and grab my towel.
Always number one cooking.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when it's the good stuff.
Yeah. Ham, Todd?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
And if you break the mint stock, you can smell that that's mint. Sniff.
Hello, everyone. Are we?
If you can get past the introduction, it'll be going good. I want to thank my wife, Holly, for bringing this stuff. Okay.
You got some bubbles there. Tiny bubbles in my eggs.
Go over. You're gonna mess around and piss me off. Okay. Edit.
Sometimes I add garlic, just whatever your flavor is, and a little bit of ground beef or ground pepper.
Oh, what's that?
What? What the? What?
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
And I stepped on egg. Look at it back here.
Nice.
Nice guy, eh?
All right. That's great, Mark.
Ah! And this is your how? That hurt. One rule about these casserole dishes: never touch them with your bare hand because you burn the out of yourself.
And it's a delicious dish. You're gonna this? A delicious dish. Yeah.
Yeehaw!
Great thing about pepperoni, you don't have to deturd it like a shrimp.
Holiday, you know, like that hurt.
You basically got your milk and your cow at the same time. What that has to do with oranges, I have no idea.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nowhere I Can't Do Squat. Okay.
My name is Todd Hilton, and you already knew that. Okay. I mean, you could literally have this for years and never use it all. Isn't that lovely?
And welcome to Nowhere Videos. I'm going to make you some bourbon chicken.
But not that domestic corn that everybody eats. I'm talking imported corn. I'm just kidding.
You can ignore your kids.
You can ignore your kids, but you cannot ignore your pancakes. You will burn them.
Garlic salt. Beautiful thing. Keeps vampires, debt collectors, keeps them away.
And now Mark's going to go ahead and he's going to take a bite and tell me what he thinks of it. Mark?
Very tasty.
You know that coffee cup you drink here in the morning, you go, well, you know what? If I fill it with that bourbon and Coke,
That's great.
Since Todd just happened to have some sitting around, we'll chop his nuts. Sorry. Had to be said.
And today I'm going to make a creamy pasta salad. God, that's...
With that, I'm gonna flowers filth. Okay.
This is our boil down. Oh, wait, we gotta kill it for a second. I forgot I gotta have the potatoes out here. I knew there was something I forgot to do.
you close the program.
Good grief, let's see.
Okay, we'll do that over again. Come here.
You got a blender around, you can probably chop them in your blender too, or actual nut chopper.
Hello? And don't pick your nose while you're...
Dare I say it? I'm a breast man.
And welcome to Nowhere Videos. Meet Nowhere...
Woo! It's late.
And you're gonna need a bottle of rum for this recipe. It's not actually for the recipe, it's for you.
Hey, I want to thank everybody for just I want to just, you know, and you know what?
Until next time, good taters, good meat, good peanut butter, good chocolate, good crust.
And at this point, what we're going to do is just scrap the whole thing and go to KFC and get chicken.
The program that shows. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nowhere Videos. Meat and potatoes. I keep pausing, and this oven is hot on my butt.
All right, you're now down to your last ingredient. What you're gonna do? Go over the fridge, grab your best bottle of Worcestershire sauce. And now this is gonna be evenly spread all over the peanut butter pie. Just a last minute idea.
Then we're going to beat in your sugar. Sugar.
We need sugar!
Nowhere Videos. Meat and again.
And we'll be back after this 60-second timeout.
Now this knife here, I'm actually going to use to stab the cameraman in the gut because he's a freaking idiot. And Mark, get back here. Hey, come on. I'm not really going to stab you. What do you think I am here?
And I don't know what else to say, so I'm just going to sit here and do the...
Running on tape here.
And what it is,
chicken
it's
kung fu? No.
Chicken kung fu.
chicken kung fu, chai dang mai tai wa, queen chi quang ka,
Which is?
beling cha kwa e king ma ocho, go fu kai che coco. That's Vietnamese for just what you wanted me to say.
Is it?
Yeah.
It'll be mush if you don't do that. So, with that, I have no clue.
Are you ready? You gotta pee. The camera does not come in there. And if you're running this, and he is, he is running this. This is gonna be in the bloopers.
That's great. Okay.
Butter flavored lard. Mmm, yum. Okay.
No, yeah. I haven't had an omelet in ages.
You still here?
You still here? Or did we just forget to turn the camera off?
Go make your own.
No, I'm too busy eating.
This is ours.
Yeah, so it's good.
Mmm. Oh man, this is good.
Oh, I see somebody snooping here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hey, that's just not fair.
Oh, that's it, man.
Oh, it's on. Okay, well, that's, yeah.
Once again, we apologize.
We apologize for you having to sit through that. Not some of our more proud moments, but
It all happens.
it happens.
Sometimes it ain't good.
Yeah. So with that, that's wrapping it up for another successful season of Meat and Potatoes. And we keep expanding our crew, our cast members for the season.
It started out with 2 people.
Yeah. And
Cameraman and a cook.
Yeah.
Swap every...
and basically that was Mark and myself.
Yeah.
And then we've added. So what we got? We got myself, Mr. Mark Johnson,
Mike, Kevin,
Holly, Wally,
and Wally. Holly and Wally. Holly and Wally. It's the Holly and Wally show.
Yeah.
It's the Holly and Wally hour.
Yes. So yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a cast of 6 for season 2. Who knows what we're going to end up with season 3.
Yeah.
Have some new folks to share their recipes with you folks out there, and it's been fun.
Yeah.
Oh, and while I'm at it, I'm actually going to do something here that you had asked me for in the last shoot we did. This, as you folks probably recognize, this is the one and only official Meat and Potatoes apron. This has served us very well for an entire 2 seasons. As you can tell, it's taken a beating. This is something that you had requested. So here you go.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.
It's
Appreciate that. Appreciate that whole bunch.
Not a problem.
Meat and Potatoes apron for season 1 and
original.
season 2.
Wow.
And also,
Mine now.
we give this to Mike because it's worn out. And I guarantee
we're getting new ones.
I guarantee for season 3, each of us will have our own apron with our name on it.
So thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
Glad you came on board for season 2.
Yeah.
We're going to see you
fun.
for
And we're looking
season
forward
3.
to season 3, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. It's gonna be
Again,
happen.
season 3 is gonna it's gonna be a little ways out because we're gonna take
Oh,
a
yeah.
hiatus from it and
Yeah.
kind of sit down and think about maybe what we want to do with it instead of trying to come up with recipes on the whim. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we need to do a shoot, but what are we gonna make?
Yeah.
So I guess with that, we want to thank you folks for watching. We appreciate the viewership and the great response from the show, and we will see you back for season 3 later on down the road, and also in I guess you'd call syndication.
Syndication, yes.
Because we'll continue to play our episodes as long as people want to see us, and probably longer than that.
Yeah.
Until they kick us out.
That's right.
So, for Nowhere Videos Meat and Potatoes, I'm Todd Hilton.
I'm Mark Johnson.
I'm Mike Gibson.
Good taters,
Good meat.
good grief.
Let's eat.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.